and hopefully not sounding like complete robots, but I know Justin's gonna tell me if I am. See, this is what I told you, dude.
Straight in there.
This guy's like literally
Straight in.
Essentially, as we started doing this, we grew an amazing community when we weren't looking, and next minute we thought that we could involve other wine communities. And today we've actually brought in probably, I'm going to say, one of my favourite all-time Australian favourite winemakers.
Oh, shut up. You're going to make me blush.
But also from one of the most amazing wine brands that if you haven't met, you totally need to be going out and buying these wines. This is Sam Berketa, and he's from Alpha Box and Dice. Sam, thanks for joining us.
Pleasure, absolute pleasure to be here.
How has your day been?
It's been good actually, despite all the wet weather, although that's a positive. I'm happy about rain.
How much, did we find out how many mil we got? Because like, I know in like the numbers don't look that great when we talk about like the difference between what happens in SA to like, because we've got a lot of Queenslanders, a lot of Sydney-siders chiming in, but I think we got like 40 mil.
Wow, that's so good. And
yeah.
It's awesome to see it. You know.
So we had a farmer come in and say this time last year, so their entire last year, they got 400 mil. These are local growers. We're in the hills, so you know, obviously we should be getting the most. But year to date, we've got 200 mil.
Wow.
So far, and we're just about to hit the wet season, so I'm really looking forward to. Whenever he came in, I was just like, I'm just looking forward to 2021 season because, like, you know, we're actually going to have water. That's like
hopefully in reserve as well.
Well, did you see what happened in the Riverland?
Oh, what with the
price of water?
Oh no, I missed that.
So like 2 years ago, I remember it was like $120 a meg. Because like we watch the price of water really carefully with obviously with the varieties that we're using, because it's like if the price of water goes up, we have the greatest opportunity to get more of those varieties in the ground.
Yeah.
And so it's a bittersweet thing. Price goes up, therefore growers, they start to lose, you know, and that is terrible, but it also gets them to get moving and do things differently.
Yeah.
It was $120. Last year went to $250, and that was like, holy shit, it's doubled. This year at $980 a meg.
Holy shit. It's okay. I knew it had gone up. I didn't realize it was that much.
It was gnarly, and there was like a massive rush. There was like the toilet paper thing. It was like eggs. It was like, do you guys remember the egg experiment? That was like, I know we're only 42 days in, but we had this thing where, anyway, mate, would you like some wine?
I would like some
wine.
wine.
You brought some wine.
I've got these two lovely tipples that we can get
cool. Where should we start? Let's start with these.
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
In amongst the nice lovely sour that you've just poured me.
Yes, absolutely. We only do the beers for Terry, actually, because I know Terry's going to ask us to drink, and drinking games with wine typically doesn't end very well, but yeah, please, man.
Yeah, let's go for it. So,
what do we got?
With the mistress? I mean, how much you want? I mean, you're not...
I live here, so like, yeah, don't worry about, you know, and I've got handlers, people that are...
When have you got to drive me home, right?
No, Noah, of course, who's doing an awesome job, obviously, behind the scenes here, and Laura, of course. But they're also enjoying. Do you have a glass?
Yeah, do you guys want to try some as well then? Obviously, sorry, how rude of me.
What are we looking at here?
So we have the new release 2018 Mistress. So,
I love it.
I don't want to get in the way of those cute comments. And that was Noah as well.
That was Noah. That was Noah. It was like, I love you too, Laura. Cool, so we're talking about
2018.
2018. Yeah, cool.
So Mistress for us is always Iberian blend. So you know, Iberian Peninsula being Spain, Portugal. So last vintage was a Touriga Tintoreras or Tempranillo Grenache blend. We switched it up a little bit, and now we've gone to Tempranillo Carignan or Tintoreras Arajones.
Yeah, I'm not gonna attempt.
Let's just leave it at temp.
Yes. It's awesome. It's super soft, super luscious.
Yeah,
that is like your super luscious.
And a bit of Carignan in there as well. So it's 53% Tempranillo, 47% Carignan.
Just a nudge.
Yeah, just a nudge. And temp obviously from the hills, because temp loves cool climate, even though...
Oh, from the hills?
Yeah, so from two vineyards, one just down the road here, just a couple of Ks.
It's a Cummins one?
Yeah.
Yeah, sick.
Yeah, so lovely pre-aromatic Tempranillo from there. Like in 18 it had this real like guava-y, interesting note to it, and it just carried through and went this really beautiful spicy perfume. And the other stuff comes from Dave Lowe's down at Knucklesfield.
That's what we were talking about before. Yeah.
And he imported these just super special clones from Spain that he found to just be really, really, I don't know, they're the best clones that just kept popping up over there, and he imported them. So this is from one of those clones called the R143. And it
That is like
sensational.
we got to cut this video later. And it's going to be like geek mode.
So like geeking out.
No, it's good. This is why we get along. We actually studied together.
Sorry,
you were actually a year above me, I think.
I don't know. I did it over.
But then
a
you
few
did.
years.
Yeah. So it was like you were held back, or is just
Well, I didn't know because I did mid-year entry. So I transferred from my other degree and then it went into wine. And then I went in. I came in 2010 was when I started. Mid-year 2010.
Wow.
So I had
it's pretty much the same time.
Yeah, cool. So
exactly
I had,
the same time.
Yeah, half of our year and then half of another year as well.
Which one did you prefer though?
Nah, I loved them both.
I'm gonna say there's the tannin structure on this is really sublime. Like it's really fine. Like that is like if someone were to say the definition of suede like tannins, that is that sort of. Remember we were talking about getting basic the other day, talking about tannin, literally using the wine as mouthwash. And you can actually feel it, like, because you'll be surprised, like when you're out in trade, the tannins like this, tannins like that.
Yeah.
No one, most people realize that no one actually understands exactly what we're fucking talking about. So it was good.
Yeah.
We could provide a little bit of learning.
I mean, the thing I found today, like, because we were shooting some shots for these today and some tasting notes basically, or video tasting notes for this. And one of the things that I found today was actually talking about tannins and how to describe them to people in layman's terms. Like, because we talk about tannins, everyone talks about tannins. That reds are meant to have tannins, and orange wines meant to have tannins, or amber wines, whatever.
Yeah. We got audited. No more orange wine. It's amber wine or skin contact wine.
That's good. I
serious consequences, man. Serious consequences if you use the orange wine term, because there's a place called Orange. They make wine. Sometimes orange wine makes orange wines.
Yeah, and stole my spiel for that. Orange wines can be three things in Australia. Wine from orange, wine made out of oranges, which is disgusting. And wine...
Don't knock it till you tried it. That's what I'm gonna say. Several bartenders, that's right. It's the ultimate mimosa.
I mean, if someone's got a great one,
that's right. Yeah, prove me wrong. Have you been to Texas? It's like there's two kinds of wine around here. We got the fruit wines, we got the berry wines. They basically do one of each. But that's cool. And then of course, skin contact, amber style wines.
So tannins is where we were starting, I think, that conversation. But I mean, how many people should know like? How easily do people understand tannins is my big thing. And I don't know, I find the easiest way to describe tannins as being like, when you bite into a banana peel and your mouth just goes like sucks out all the moisture and you're like, nah, you can't talk anymore. Tongue just sticks to the roof of your mouth, just trying to get words out. That's tannin.
That is it slows you down.
That's like Nebbiolo tannin.
That's next level. Nebbiolo tannin is next level. It's very obvious.
Yeah.
It's very obvious. How do you guys go with tannin? Like, how do you guys perceive tannins? And was that even helpful for the sort of different analogies to be able to help describe it? It's hard to describe a shape because it is a feeling.
Yeah.
It's a very tangible feeling. It gives you that sort of third dimension, I think, of understanding of wines as well. Jumping to the comments for a second, Christina Griffiths, love AB&D, have a few bottles in the cellar, love your cellar door as well. Justin Hess, yay, AB&D, discovered them when visiting McLaren Vale, fridge is full of their stuff.
Oh, fantastic.
They are so hipster.
Thanks, Justin.
Of course we remember the experiment, So basically, I think the comment came about that basically eggs eventually became the new toilet paper, people started hoarding eggs. And then there was the whole like you could freeze eggs and then suddenly everyone started freezing eggs in their own homes and posting up photos. Yeah, how did the experiment go? I think we concluded you could do it, but it's probably not that safe. I think it is sorry. But there was like, how do you do it? Do you put a whole egg in the freezer, or do you crack an egg into like a container, or do you put them into, like ice? There's logistics. The logistics of the experiment. Terry, good to see your smiling face again. ABD still making a Palmyra. I think that was the name of it, a Barossa Shiraz from memory.
Palmetto.
Yeah, that's a really cool.
Palm tree.
Tropicana.
Yeah. So I mean, it's.
I suppose there's palm trees in Barossa. It confuses me every time I see them.
I know, isn't it? I mean, but it's a great story. It's all part of why the Barossa is the Barossa, and it's because of the planting of the palm trees during the Great Depression to give people jobs. When there was no work around.
I have an amazing idea. I think there should be government funding for palm trees.
In your own houses? in isolation.
Don't need JobKeeper. We just need a massive benefactor to come by and be like, you know what? I just really like palm trees. So it's like just everywhere gets palm trees, even though nothing is tropical in South Australia. But they seem to grow just fine. I think they're massive date palms, aren't they?
Yeah, I think so.
And they're huge.
Not the best horticulturalist and all about viticulture, and that's where it stops.
I didn't actually get the connection between palmetto, and the Barossa. Because I assumed it was all in Vale. And so I was just like, it's just wine you drink by the beach. Seriously.
I mean, that's also part of it. It's about that whole idea of being relaxed and the idea that we're making earlier, easy drinking stuff out of the Barossa. Still true to style and taking those great pair matchups, Eden Valley Riesling and Valley Floor Shiraz, and taking those and just making them more accessible, more approachable, and easy drinking. And that is it's sort of totally separate to how we keep Alpha, and it's the idea is that for Palmetto it's made by Alpha, our sister company. It's essentially essentially the tagline. So I'm still a maker for both, and it really spreads my time when I'm driving up to the Barossa from the Vale, from Lake on Creek, all in one day. And it's.
Would you have to separate, is it, obviously it's different winemaking styles, but do you have to be in like a different creative mind on each one?
A bit. I mean, everything I do at Alpha anyway gets its own thought process to it. It has its and I'm sure it's the same for you. You don't just put a blanket winemaking recipe.
I mean, we try. Logistically, it'll be a lot easier, but it never works that way. It literally never works that way.
So I'm already thinking about the next thing, thinking how best to treat each parcel. And so this year we did another little variety called Petit Meslier.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah,
cool.
So lesser known champagne.
Champagne variety.
Yeah.
There's not many vineyards of that. I think there's only one. I think it's up in the Barossa. I'm pretty sure it's Irvine. Yeah.
And then someone else planted some as well. But so we got some of the Irvine stuff this year.
Are we sparkling basing it?
Sparkling basing.
Yeah, cool. Seriously.
11 Glome, and it's like the acid's just through the roof, and it tastes like lemon warheads. Like it's just like it is so good.
Now I tried the last, and it could be the same vineyard and the same style because I didn't get to try any of the Irvine stuff. But I tried Langmile. Langmile did one.
Okay.
But I'm not too sure if it was a Method Champenois. I think it was actually Method Champenois. It was Petit Meslier.
Yeah,
it was
right.
Fantastic. Yeah,
awesome.
Yeah.
So we had one from a couple of years ago. The Blanc de Blanc, we've still got a little bit kicking around now. That had Petit Meslier in it.
Yep.
That was almost 100% Petit Meslier, and it was just sensational. It was a really, really good wine. So that was really cool.
I got it. Just so who's Ali O'Brien?
Ali, was a good friend of me and my partner.
This winemaker is almost as hot as his girlfriend. It's like friend of yours. Amanda, lovely to see you. Thanks so much for chiming in. Hi Sam and Brendo. Cracking open a bottle of Panda for your birthday. Happy birthday, man! Seriously, that's cool.
Ooh,
Zola is amazing. Tasted it. Is Zola? Is that
Chola. Chola. I mean, we affectionately still call it Zola because it's more fun to say, but Chola is the...
Chola is how it's actually pronounced. It's amazing taste at the public McLaren Vale Wine Show tasting. So what's Zola?
Awesome.
You guys have some crazy names, man. Chola.
Chola. So Chola is Alianico, 100% from McLaren Vale.
How long has it matured for?
So this one was 3 years in oak. So it was 6 weeks on skins. So a little bit of extended maceration.
Yeah.
And that's what this guy is. So we got a little bit.
Oh my god! Yes, sick. Yeah, cool. Let's do it.
Just spit out. Hope that's connected.
Once upon a time it wasn't.
I've done that before.
Full on, sent red wine all over the floor. It's connected now.
Alianico, being that variety from Campagna and Basilicata, so the area around Napoli. We get ours from Jewel Vineyard on California Road.
It's really cool. It's salty, saline.
That's it. Dutch licorice all the way. Fennel
Dutch
seeds,
licorice.
freshly dug up fennel roots, like that aromas to it, and then with a bit of that plum and cherry notes to it.
You want to write some tasting notes for us? That's pretty cool.
I mean, that's why I have a job.
You got to admit that was a pretty cool tasting. Fresh fennel. That's pretty cool.
But I mean, hopefully you can see it in there. But this one's, so we call it the Chola. The idea, the concept, because all of our labels have a concept around them. Chola is all about that idea of duality. So like none of the parts on the label intersect, and that's sort of the idea behind it. So how things kind of exist in isolation, you know, masculine, feminine, good and evil, light and dark, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, cool.
So this is experimenting with the way that Alianico has that like really pretty sugar and spice and all things nice. It's really feminine noses and to it. And then when you put it in your mouth, it kicks you in the teeth with its, you know, big.
It's pretty gnarly.
Off tannins, you know.
It's chewy. It's sinewy.
Yeah.
That's really quite appealing. Which I do personally struggle to find really amazing. This is an amazing example. Only because like it needs often just so much maturation to be able to really sort of realize its potential. But by then, it's sort of like if you've encountered a lot of Cerasuolo di Vittoria, which DOCG in Sicily, they have this mandated. It's like I believe it's the only DOCG in Sicily. I'm pretty confident. And it's
is Etna there yet? No.
Is it Etna Rosso
Etna Rosso
maybe?
might be.
Nerello?
Yeah. Sorry.
But anyway, they it's a blend of Nero d'Avola and Fapato in varying, I think 70-30, but they mature it for like 3 years in Botte Grande. And by then they just look so drawn out, so worn out. And that's the same sort of thing when I look at sort of older, not Basilicata's a little bit fresher, like Talrazzi though. Yeah. Is quite drawn out and quite, this is really fun. Yeah. Like this is, it's actually amazing because Alpha Box and Dice, like, you do some pretty crazy branding, you do some pretty crazy sort of out there, you know, stuff that evidently has an amazing following. We love them. But the wines themselves are just, because you can often see in the natural wine world or even the craft wine world, and you go, oh yeah, cool, slap a label on it, it's fine. The wine's kind of like, these are really well thought out.
Oh, thank you.
These are like really pieced together, like every single component between sort of aromatics, particularly maturation.
Yeah,
Elevage, man.
I mean, that's a big thing for us. Like, we don't put anything in a bottle that doesn't, that doesn't look like it's ready to go to bottle, and that's one of my big things. And I'm backed up all along the whole process from every aspect of it, you know. So it's really rewarding to be able to do that. I mean, this usually we used to leave it for 4 years in oak, and so for me, this like bringing this online, I really liked the prettier elements to it. I didn't want to lose that primary fruit and the fennel seed and that sort of stuff that I'm getting from it, and it was just sort of. I was also scared that it was, was going to fall over, and I was like, just as I was that it was going to lose those. But for me, I think this is done really well. It'll look fantastic if it's given some age, give it 3 years, and it'll look more like the Italian styles, with it's a bit more richer. But I think for 3 years it looks fantastically bright and pretty, and still has plenty of density to it, which I really like. Yeah, it's cool. But the vineyard for this, like the soil is like this. Topsoil is this far above the calcareous limestone underneath it. Like it's just like, it's like straight limestone. So like your shoot growth is like really preserved, and we go through within everything, to the
constantly.
Yeah, just to make sure that it's like it's not overburdened and really concentration. And 17, with that really long drawn out vintage, was perfect.
Oh yeah, 17 was a dream.
One of my favorites.
If only we could have 17 again. 17 was a dream. 18 sucked. 19 was worse. And you know what? Let's not even mention 2020. 2020 vintage quality actually was pretty. Like we had to contend with bushfires, of course. We had to contend with drought, which is sort of fine with a lot of these varieties. It's contentious to say. Again, I don't mind drought years because you can walk into one of our vineyards and be really sort of proud, and you can be like, hey, these guys are just, they're smashing it out. Yeah. But like everything else, it was everything else external that really mucked with you.
The big thing was the extreme weather. Like, like everyone's talking about climate change and this sort of thing, and this is like it's not the overall heat, it's the extreme weather patterns. I mean, that day in November that really effed us all was that, when it went from 20 degrees to 40 degrees back down to 20 degrees within a 24-hour period. Yeah. With 60-kilometre-hour winds out of the north.
November's the dangerous. I reckon November's the dark horse month because a lot of people go, look, we are so far out from the picking season. Like you're not thinking about it really until February, March. What are you thinking about February, March? Like you just think about trying to get into Christmas and surviving during November. God. But the worst frost, we always get the worst frost, late frosts in November. Yeah. We've had vineyards that have been like, 80%. Maybe just around the corner here in Birdwood, and I think it could have been 2017 actually, where it's just frosted. And we rocked up and I was like, what happened to the vines? And basically, they was often spray water up to keep sort of humidity. It was a black frost, so it was an inversion layer. And basically like the vines had leaves left. It was all dead. I'm like, that is like, you gotta wait another year to get another crop. Like, I'm not painting an amazing picture of becoming a farmer, but that's why we love farmers so fucking much.
Yeah, and that's why there's so much respect for growers and what they do and the hardships they go through. And they're at the end of the line always as well. Like they're the ones that, have to deal with.
They have to deal with us. God, it sucks. Can you guys please do a shout out to longtime fan Steve Norman for his 30th birthday? He's watching. Steve Norman! Cheers, Steve!
Happy birthday!
Hey, can you talk us through the process you go for making Lazarus? Well, while you're talking through that, you've brought a wine.
Cool.
For the only sport left on Australian television.
Yes.
We're talking about
Online
blind tasting. But what are the steps you go through to make Lazarus without revealing too many trade secrets?
So Lazarus is it's a zombie wine, basically. Have you heard of Lazarus before?
The story of Lazarus, how he's sort of awakened from the... Yep.
Perfect. Brought back from the dead.
Yep.
So when I inherited the winemaking role at Alpha Books and Dice, I also inherited with that a few questionable barrels.
Just so diplomatic.
No, just some barrels that were sort of like, because we do everything, everything should suddenly have its home, and if it goes past that, then like where does it go? We're not, we're not in the process of tipping it, or not in the practice of tipping it down the drain. So basically had these barrels that were, a little bit more VA in there than you might want, a little bit of Brett, all the sort of things you tick off on the list and say they're faults and flaws and that sort of thing. And so, not quite gone though. So what we did is we had this technique of basically taking that and repassing it old wine on the young wine skins. So reverse repasso is the technique we're coining it as.
That's really cool.
So typical repasso is where you take Amarone skins and you pass the young Valpolicella wines through it to give it density and really get the last bit of those sugars out and ferment and give the young wines more complexity. So we sort of did the reverse of that and gave the old wines more youthfulness and vibrancy and basically gave it a nip and tuck and freshened it up.
That is so cool.
Yeah,
it worked?
It works. It is one of the most interesting wines to make.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Because it takes all my skills of blending.
But it must be tough because then you've obviously got like a clarified wine and then you're putting it straight onto grapes again and then you have to deal with obviously resettling it out. But I suppose if it brings it back from the dead.
Yeah, it does.
It's freaking worth it.
Selling's not so bad. If you put it in a couple of barrels and it settles out over. We leave it then to elevage for a year, so it does have that time to soften out a bit. And so I've got some stuff there that's going on. We've got Negro Amaro and Nero skins at the moment. That's elevaging this year. And that wine isn't like, it's still really sound wine. I just want to see what good doing it does to sound wine. I actually did it with Nebbiolo last year. So I had 2017 Nebbiolo. That the structure of it just wasn't looking like what I wanted.
So you put it on more Nebbiolo skins?
So I put it on more Nebbiolo.
I was just like, you double nebbed it.
Double nebbed. It's like the Jacobs Creek double barrel thing, where they put it in like new oak, take it out and put it back in new oak, like brand new oak.
Yeah. I've seen like 200% oak and stuff like that. No. No, because I was going to say, like, as you were starting that story off, you're like, how there's always like a barrel here and a barrel there. That's kind of. I remember. It was a while ago. It must have been 2010, 2011. No, it was 2012. And I was tasting through the massive winery up in the Barossa that all the flyboys come from.
Dorian?
No. Yes. They go from Dorian, then they move up the road to... No, literally up the road. To Torbreck.
Yes.
Yeah. I know Flyboys because I love Torbreck and all of my mates have worked at Torbreck. Everyone that I know is like, yeah man, I did Torbreck. But they did this wine once because Torbreck always used to push the boundaries a little bit with I'm going to say sterility in a winery, but
love it.
But it was awesome complexity. Like that's the cool thing about wine. Reference Darrenberg, for example. Remarkably interesting wines and amazingly fun. Yeah. But Torbreck was always like, okay, wow, like this is pretty.
The way
it's old world.
Yeah, and then that's it. They've managed to harness the flaws to make them to make it look like a better wine. Like make Shiraz in the Torbreck. I'd be stoked.
So I was tasting through. I think it was in 2012. And I was like, wow, Torbreck's cleaned everything up. And we're tasting it. And I'm like, yeah, we've got our new wine here. It's called, I believe it was the Kylo. It's changed now. It's very much changed now. But I think they had that sort of issue. They're like, we're going to just get rid of Brett. completely. And their solution of Lazarus was just put it in one bottle. And I was like, I've never actually, it's like, yeah, banger, 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 what is going on here?
One of these does not look like the others.
Yeah, it's like definitely there's a marketing like director that's made a call. It's probably a bad call, but obviously it's been fixed now. But anyway, we're going to be doing some blind tasting. So
Yes.
Obviously you're familiar with the options game.
Yep.
Ooh, hello. Well, that's fun.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, that's really
Speaking
fun, dude.
of.
I was going to speaking of, it's a bit bready. It's a bit funky.
Yeah.
That's all right. That's all right.
Yeah, I mean, how do you sit on that? Or maybe we should play options first, and then I should, because we're talking a lot.
Well, no, how do I set it up? I'm a very liberal drinker.
Yeah.
I'll drink it, most things, to be honest. It's amazing fruit weight. Well, it is actually difficult because initially I was like, it's white wine. It's not. It's red. It feels red. So rich and dense. Is it red?
Oh. That's a
hard thing about the black glass.
Oh,
I didn't watch Noah pour it either, so
Okay.
like, I don't know.
Do you want? Do you want to know? Do you want to ask the questions?
No, you can run.
Yeah.
You run.
Yeah.
Sure.
You're
So
right.
red or white?
I think it's red.
It's not red.
Bummed out. First question. Seriously. Yeah, right. But it's not white either.
It's not white. Either.
Ah, okay, cool. So it's
I should
got
have said,
tannin,
sorry,
it's got
my
richness.
bad for options. Is it red, white, or orange? Is what I should have said. I
It's
guess.
orange.
Yeah.
I mean, amber. I mean, yeah, not made from oranges.
Skin fermented
Skin
white
fermented
wine.
white wine.
Yes, it is white.
Yeah, right. So she's an orange little number. Yeah, wow. It's amazing because it's hard to find. Yeah, right. It's hard to find Breton wines like this from Australia, anyway.
So then, is it
Therefore-
old world or new world?
I actually think it's old world. Nah.
It's new world.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. All right. So, is it from USA, Australia, or New Zealand?
Australia.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mainly because I just don't see. I mean, I'm not going to say. I just don't see wines like this out of New Zealand. I think California has more respect for the grape.
Sometimes there's like South California. There's some awesome producers. You know, south of Napa and Sonoma and stuff like
Brock.
Yeah.
Like around that way, Brock Cellars and stuff. The city-based ones around Berkeley.
Yeah.
They're really cool. They're really fun.
And then like is it Full On Hope and stuff. Like,
Full on hope. Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're talking Oz.
Which one? Yeah. Oz.
Yep.
Yeah. Oz. So is it from Victoria, Tassie, or South Australia?
I think South Australia.
South Australia it is.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
I don't know what it is. It's just
Okay.
like with Tassie, we're gonna have such high acid here, and that would render it
I mean,
not ready.
it's got a good acid. It's got brightness to it. I mean,
Well, it's definitely at a pH above 3.8, so it's like I'm not too sure how much high acid it's got. No, it's got amazing structure. It's actually really, it's not chatting crap on the wine. It's an amazing wine.
yeah, I should
It's fine. I'll
preface
drink
with,
it.
Do you like it? Like
I enjoy this wine.
Yeah.
I enjoy this wine, and I would particularly. It's a lot of people miss these styles of wine. I feel with, and they really sort of fuck up food matches with it as well. Like this is salumi. Like this is offal. This is gorgonzola. This is like some real freaking old cheese. That's what I want to have with this.
Yeah.
And
I love garlic and pasta and like that sort of stuff. Yeah.
which one do we have a match for Skinsy White?
We did barbecue chips.
I mean, I could see this going really well with nacho cheese though.
Yeah, I'm feeling with you actually, Sam. Nacho
All right.
cheese is probably the one.
Yeah.
Do it, don't ruin your palate, bro. Do it afterwards.
Yeah, I mean, we still have the rest of the game to go.
Okay.
I mean,
It's South Australia.
Yeah, okay, so is it from the Hills, McLaren Vale, or Barossa?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was the correct three, really, to start to get.
Adelaide Hills has an amazing concentration of winemakers that do this. This is where the fruit's great. Are the fruit and the winemaker like in the same region?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, they are.
I don't see this coming from the Vale. I've just never seen examples of this from the Vale before. And I'm like, apart from the natty boys, but they make their wine in Adelaide Hills and grow their fruit in Vale. I think this is from the Barossa.
Do you?
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think.
That starts to really narrow it down, doesn't it?
Doesn't it? Doesn't it?
Doesn't
We
it?
did a recent tasting of a whole bunch of Barossa wines like this.
Okay,
Yeah, but I'm not sure on the. Okay, so is it a single variety?
that's what's going to be my question. Is it a single varietal or a blend?
I think it's a blend.
It's a blend, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Can I just jump to have a crack?
Go on.
Okay. I think this is Rugabellus.
It is.
Yeah, and I think this is Komodo.
No.
No. The S one.
Yeah, Celio. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Celio or Solimodo?
Mate. I'm alright, I can get a Rugabellus, I can get an Australia, but I can't get past that. Yeah, this guy's one of the most amazing wine producers, actually.
And one of the best
Abel
orange
Gibson.
wine producers in Australia, I think.
Again, so is this an alpha thing or a U thing where, like, because both alpha and Rugabellus take élevage really seriously.
And it was, when I heard about it, it was a bit of an inspiration for me. And I think it aligns with my principles as well. So obviously I took a lot of inspiration from like Radicon and Grabner and those guys, the cool kids, cool grandpas out of the...
Cool. Yeah. It's like Radicon and Grabner aren't three children, but
out of Slovenia and that sort of stuff. And then coming home and hearing about what he does. He treats his whites like élevage style, like his red. Like reds usually get treated, and the reds get treated like whites. Short élevage versus the whites that get long élevage and long time on skins too. And I think it's really interesting.
Now, I wasn't going to guess a vintage here because I think it's going to be like really, really hard to get. 2017. Yeah, wow. That's an amazing example. 47% Semillon, 37% Muscat. I'm not too sure which type. 16% Riesling. 12.7% alcohol out of the Barossa. That is incredible. This is an amazing one. Abel Gibson's the winemaker for this, and I've met Abel numerous times before, and he's one of the most eye-opening winemakers because he goes at a pace. When everyone else is running around like crazy, he's just going at a pace. And he's thinking, he's one of those really quite amazing ones. Komodo sort of blew my mind.
Yeah.
Initially when I first tried it, but I haven't actually had this wine for.
I'm sorry, I drank the Komodo last week, so.
That's so good. That is too good. So should we see how for those that signed up to our mailing list, Noah, I should say, did a review of what pairs well with shapes. All the different flavors of shapes.
Yes.
And so we're thinking nacho cheese. I haven't actually tried nacho cheese shapes before in my life.
I haven't had it in a very long time, but the idea and the memory that I have, aroma's the memory sense.
Oh wow.
Memory sense.
These are superior to pizza shapes, and I thought pizza shapes are the most superior shape. These are really good.
See, I'm a cheese and bacon fan.
Oh, get
He's
out.
a chicken crimpies.
Get out of
He's
here.
a chicken crimpies fan. What fan are you guys? We want to know what you're
Yeah, tell us your favourite shape.
Tell us your favourite shape.
But
BLE. Ooh, does this have BLE? I think. Oh.
I think BLE.
I think you have just jumped on the winners board for Big Label Energy. Which is the unspoken award, which is very much spoken every episode, where basically people that have brought wines that are just like som wines. I think it's a real som wine.
Yeah,
it's totally a som wine.
It is. It's a winemaker som wine. Like it is. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. It's.
I'm not sure if is it Brett. It is Brett.
Yeah.
It is.
It's
got a cider type
yeah,
sort of.
I get a bit of Band-Aid.
It's one of those that redness style wine that makes it more enjoyable or adds complexity and just like it's.
It definitely makes it more enjoyable.
Yeah. And it pairs beautifully.
Shapes too. Actually, I think the nacho cheese shapes and this actually work very well. Chicken cream. Hermit Ram does some funky things from NZ. Yeah, no. I was actually thinking about Hermit Ram. The thing about Hermit Ram is that they're always really crispy and clean. I've never had a Hermit Ram that's gonna like maybe go, whoa, that's a creative winemaking right there. No, they're not creative, but they tend to, and also just again, like if you go colder, like knowing how Brettanomyces works, like you're going to be sitting in a really high pH situation, which I just find it really hard to believe you'd do that with a white wine out of New Zealand or Tasmania for that matter.
Yeah.
I didn't know nacho cheese or savoury shapes existed. I didn't know they existed either, but apparently savoury is the superior according to my father-in-law.
Wow. I haven't had savoury.
It's
the
a
ones
wow.
you just overlook, and the cheddar ones to me, I mean...
I just overlook savoury.
Yeah.
But no, I grew up on pizza. Plus, I just like the colour purple. Don't know why. Just kind of happened. The episode of Unicozello Wine for the People is sponsored by Arnott Shapes. Yeah, sure. Drink. Apparently, we have to drink. Vegemite Shapes for life. Wait, no. Oh, thank you, Brad. Kendra, is that yourselves?
Samwell. Never.
They were on last night. They were on last night. We had a great time. We ate burger rings. It was junk food wine pairing night, which we've suddenly created into a bit of both.
Vegemite shape. I never knew that.
Speaking of which, tonight we don't have an animated title for this, and I'm very sorry. And it's been a little while coming because we typically just burn through it. So we've got a little bit of structure happening. So tonight is shit wine invention night. And if you guys remember, we've had some amazing shit wine inventions. We've had a multitude of different ways to open bottles of wine. We've had the fire extinguisher decanter.
Wow.
We've had, yeah, that happened. This little thing up here, this little guy, that is an electronic aerator. And you press the button and it dispenses the wine out. Yeah, pretty cool. What will they think of next?
How'd it go though? Was it good?
It worked really well. Speaking of things that don't work very well, the electronic corkscrew that isn't actually
high speed.
Yeah, it is. It's actually not enough to actually take a cork out of a wine bottle. Seriously, I jumped on Alibaba, AliExpress, and I just trawled through for wine-related crap. And of course, you've seen some of the stuff we've got coming, which is really quite exciting. But today we're gonna go basic, and we can do it with this. And you're gonna do it. You're gonna help us review. Now, what I've noticed with shit wine inventions is there is no end to people wanting to reinvent the way to open a bottle of wine. There's always another fucking way to open a bottle of wine. And you guys will be familiar with this guy. I call him the jumping jack guy.
The man.
Yeah, the man. Have you used one of these before?
I have.
You've been forced to. You found yourself in like a 3-star hotel, and you're like, man, I want to forget this experience at my friend's kitchen. Yeah. Or you find like your grandmother or auntie's like, you're into wine. You could do this. I'm cleaning my kitchen out. Now, this is the budget version, as you can tell by the screw that isn't really a screw.
Wow, it's like
it's hexagonal, and it's also bent. So I'm not sure how well this is going. Would you like to try to open this bottle of wine with this?
Let's give it a go.
Let's give it a go.
Wow, that's really it's plastic.
Yeah.
It's not even metal. Just for those playing at home, this is not. This is plastic.
I just don't understand how this could
really
be.
tell
I think it was also like 90 cents on AliExpress.
Right.
So this is.
Come on, doing everything I can to help me get it off.
This is probably the worst wine opener. I think we've got some pretty high quality.
It's the shittiest of shit wine inventions.
Wait, no, aren't the arms meant to come up as you do that?
Is that what's? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's the lead.
Yeah. So
that's true.
It's a two-handed.
Oh wow.
It's probably there. It's probably. I'm gonna say.
Oh, they're going up.
They're going up.
We're getting a rise.
This is too good. This is what we call quality content.
I'm actually just pushing the cork in now, I think.
Honestly, the screw on this thing is ridiculous. We gotta do like a close-up.
Arms go.
It's like, come on, little man. We're gonna give him a name. What should we call him? George. George. This is George. No, we've broken through. Well,
the arms are going up, but I don't know if it's going down.
This is like the medieval version of the same thing that you would usually have. Like, this is a very poor example. I've got an electric one. If you
All right, can you hold on to that now?
Okay, this is I'm just gonna get some shit out of the way just in case the arms just snap off.
Alright.
There could be no, we're good. There we go.
Not so shit. Oh, and now I have to get
I'm not even gonna have this as an option. It might be a glory option in the table.
I think it's bent.
Really?
Legitimately? It might be a little bit bent.
We just bent it? Wow, quality. Well, there you go, guys. That's obviously how you use it. I mean, I particularly thought that you struggled a little bit to now, like, I have to be really honest. See if we can't get close up on this. See, that is not. That is actually hexagonal. That's actually a really cool view. That is not. I mean, you shouldn't buy these. These aren't even made in quality. This is just a torture device. It's genuinely a torture device.
I'm surprised it went in though. That is. I mean, how's the entry? I mean, that's circular. I mean,
it's worked. It's definitely worked. But that's so cool. Definitely a shit one invention. A waiter's friend will do just fine, and failing that, you should invest in one of these. These are amazing, and there's something about this that, in my ignorance, I did not realize. That firstly, because it is not a corkscrew, and these are like thin. You can take these on planes.
Wow.
You can take these on planes, and even better, you know what that little guy does?
Bottle opener. Yes.
You've got all the great things about a waiter's friend without the corkscrew or the medieval screw.
But I mean, that needs to come with a bit of an instruction, because the first time I used that, I just ended up messing around with it and
no. But if you know how to use these things, I didn't realize you can go into hotel rooms, extract corks, and put them back in. Just saying.
Genius.
I'm saying you can do. I'm not saying you should
do it.
But it is possible. All right, so we've got 20 minutes. And it's not fair if you've brought a wine of Big Label Energy, and can't guarantee that because I don't know what's wrapped up. But grab a bottle off the back.
All right.
So anything that's wrapped up, have a crack. I enjoy some nacho cheese.
Let's just go easy. Let's just go this way. Please.
The Müller-Thurgau is pretty odd. Müller-Thurgau?
Hello, Zolo.
What? I mean, Müller-Thurgau in general is very odd.
I mean, yeah.
Müller-Thurgau as in hermit rams.
Ah, okay.
Possibly.
Rivano.
This is why I love you, BC Geek 101. Learn something new every day.
Yeah, so we should have put a disclaimer on this saying that there's a bit of a geek out.
Yeah,
it was likely to get there.
Like this is we are wine production people. I mean, we're all right at sales, but I mean, we're not that great.
Yeah.
I
mean,
there's a really cool tomato base to these things.
It's tomato powder.
It's tomato
I read
powder.
all of the ingredients to all of the shapes. It's all powder. And a lot of Worcestershire sauce.
I'd like to go into Shapes' own sort of flavour factory and it's just powders of different things, but I imagine it looks like M&Ms. It's just like, it's like, what does the purple powder do?
No,
it's like, never touch the purple powder.
it's like a spice market. Like, you know, you go into like a Moroccan spice market, and and
You would like to think that you suddenly like, there's like a completely sort of just concrete jungle that you walk into, just like, oh, that's the Arnott Shapes factory. You walk in, but then suddenly it's like a bazaar. And it's like music playing, and it's like, oh, this is just like a creative room, you know?
like Willy Wonka's Arnott's Shapes factory. Yep.
Do we have a waiter's friend?
Waiter's friend?
Yeah, I mean.
Oh yeah, you can use one of these if you want. Yeah, what happened to our waiter's friend?
Oh, I used it. Never mind.
Good to know. It's got
Have you discovered this thing though? This is my new favourite way to open bottles of wine.
I was looking at that.
So we call it the wine wanker, or the jab and jet. But basically, you you just pierce the bottle, and then you insert amounts of air into it, and the pressure. I'm pretty confident it fucks someone.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Pretty confident you don't.
That's a quick way of decanting it.
But it is amazingly effective at resulting in laughter.
Like all good things.
All good things. So it sits there in the weapon choice for opening up bottles of wine. But yeah, basically these are my bits of flair.
Yeah.
Well, have you written up the wine?
This is your ass?
Oh, no,
I haven't put it in.
You haven't put it in? Okay, cool.
It's written out, I'm not punched in.
Yuko Frost, that's what my parents had back in home. Yeah, I mean, look, maybe just, next birthday, you could send a waiter's friend, would be just, it's a Tin Man from the Wizard of Oz. Oh, yeah, totally.
What's
totally.
that?
Oh my god, I missed, what was the magic key? What's it called? Oh, as in the really cool thing, it's called an RSO, AH-SO. Big Label energy drink. Okay, yep. So I'm catching up, Terry. Like, you're all a talk. Queenlander. Yeah, something like that. I mean, but yes, Logan, just to acknowledge, and mate, happy 30th birthday as well, mate.
Happy 30th.
Logan's one of our guns on the road selling wine up there. Nerds, Shane Ettridge. Yeah.
Yes.
We nerded out a little bit, Shane. Just saying, you know. All right, so I'm going to shove the comments down. We have another blind wine. We do not know what it is. I do not know what it is.
No idea.
And hopefully we screw it up for your entertainment. Oh, she's a bit. She's a bit
you
fucked.
getting that?
Yeah, she's a bit fucked.
Oh,
Yeah.
corked?
Yeah.
Rough. Do you want to go another one?
Yeah, I reckon we'll go another one.
Yeah.
She's a bit corky.
Corky.
Corky McCorkface decided to do. We're missing Corky. Corky's on a hiatus.
Do you just want to have a quick stab?
I'd say it is.
Power moving it. We're gonna power move it.
Corked power move, so this is
Corked power. This is a corked power move.
I'd say Riesling from Germany, maybe Rheinhessen. Couldn't tell you the producer, but yeah, maybe Rheinhessen Riesling. Oh, 20. What's the, maybe 2016?
fucking really good.
It was a pretty.
2015 from Mosel.
I was gonna say from Mosel, but I didn't. It's so
Good one.
rough.
Oh, that's a
Good
shame.
wine.
It's so rough.
Oh, Meltheimer, love their stuff.
Yeah. So to show you guys about, she's a little bit corked. She's a little bit corked. We're gonna see how it develops. I'm not too sure. I have a lot of faith in it.
Yeah.
But that is an amazing. You pick it up from the acidity and sweetness.
Yeah,
it's so good.
Great balance. I mean, on the sweeter end.
That's
so
really
unfortunate. It's
sad.
actually pretty.
I think this is one of the lo-fi ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you got
Have you got?
Thing wrap? Have you ever done
Yeah,
that?
yeah. Have you? Are we? We're gonna. Yeah. Do we have? Yeah. Can we grab some Glad Wrap?
That shit wine invention.
This is the next shit wine invention. You are seeing this for the first time ever, guys.
Let's see if
This
it
is-
does anything.
This. It's to do with. It's to do with charge.
Yeah, I think
It's
so.
to do with charge because I always thought it was like nucleation points, but cork isn't. TCA is a, I think, positively charged molecule, and this is. Yeah. We're doing this. We are wine professionals. No, but if you guys have ever heard, this is a let's just see. Hey,
Yeah.
you know we're pretty good at tasting wine, so I believe this is. I mean, do we
Icicle it, right?
yeah, we just is that I was gonna say dip
what you
it. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
yeah, where you literally.
I think so. And then you pour it through.
Oh,
Or you can leave it to steep, or you can
leave it to steep.
It's like tea, right?
Can we get a decanter of sorts?
man-made tea.
This is yeah.
I mean, but is it not? Yeah, so does it sort of add like PPPP?
Pepper,
Again,
pepper.
nerding out.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I suppose. I
Does
suppose
it
it could be, but does
charge in that
PPP
sense?
take out cork tank?
Don't know. I've never tried it.
Do we sort of teabag
Sure.
or something like that? It's not sure if y'all can see that, but we've literally shoved the Glad Wrap all the way through, and this is meant to do something.
Yeah, we're speculating
sure.
here. Everything.
I'm
you
gonna
heard
leave
is
it in there and try and
speculation.
pour it whilst it's. But yeah, no, it's. I think we tried to do this once and it didn't.
I mean,
really
let's
work.
see. I mean,
But let's
pour a
see.
bit
Let's
out.
see what happens.
Let's see if it's done anything. That's
I'm gonna do some research.
yeah. I think it's better.
I want to know.
It's still there, but it's better.
So,
Is it placebo?
Hmm.
It's like I'm not too sure.
It's definitely done something.
I'm really just pouring it all the way through now. It's just like I want to get maximum exposure.
I mean, it's good. You've still got the control. I tipped mine out, unfortunately, because we're scientists here.
I'm gonna say, oh, you're smelling
done
the cork.
anything?
You're like, yeah, she's pretty bad. I'm gonna, all right, grab another one. Grab another one.
next.
Quick.
Next.
Plenty of time, so that's all
We've
good.
got plenty of time. It's all right. Also a shit wine invention. I mean, it's a really good everything else invention, but Glad Wrap as a wine invention is pretty bad.
I reckon it'd be good for like
And
mild.
too
Short for top shelf.
Oh, wow. An environmental disaster. Yes, it is. Because you cannot recycle it. You cannot recycle it. There's a guy in Victoria that has been working to make a pallet wrap that is completely recyclable.
Yes, yeah, it's been released. Geordie
Right.
Case.
Geordie K,
Oh,
that's
cool.
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
Geordie K. I think, no, he's literally the creator.
Oh, he is?
He's
Yeah,
literally
okay.
the guy. Yeah.
I thought that he was just a beautiful poster boy. You know,
He is a beautiful poster
being
boy.
a model,
I mean,
the model that he is. Love you, Geordie, if you're watching. If not,
if not, still love you.
yeah.
All right, so we've got. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Cork water does taste as bad as you might think it does. This sounds a bit like the premium wine card. Oh, Christina, hold your breath. Hold your breath. We're still waiting. We're still waiting.
I cannot wait for this. I cannot wait for this premium wine card.
Oh, it's gonna catapult us. The YouTube clicks, I can see them already. Tell us about the cling wrap trick. It's not a trick. It's just a really great way to keep you guys captivated for 5 minutes. All right, I'm going to be putting this down in, so I can't see it. This is comparatively not corked. Actually a bit sweaty.
Yeah, it looks
sweaty.
Again, a little bit more. It's a night for the B word.
I want to know. I think it's a night for the B word, but I have a more pressing concern. This is the shape of a nacho cheese shape, but they have also included this, and I don't know what it is, and I'm really quite concerned. I mean, come on, shapes. Pick up game.
But they're always my favourite shapes. The ones that are, a little bit of the outcast, a little bit,
Yeah, but
they don't fit in with the rest of the pack.
Yeah, but they look nothing. It's not like a broken off piece. So it's like
It's true.
It could be something completely different. It might not even be real.
Yeah. Do you like it?
I don't know yet.
You haven't put it in your mouth yet either, so.
No. Okay. Oh, that's fun. Oh, that's fun. That's interesting. That is fascinating. It feels like it's like a tannic trousseau with a bit of re-ferment. Like there's a frizzante-ness to it.
There is.
There's a reduction as well as a sort of bready tang, but that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of funky. It's kind of rad.
It's definitely got some sort of a carbonic attempt at it, I think, and it's like there's a little bit of VA sneaking through with that.
I think it's
VA
intentional. I think it's really intentional. I think this is a winemaker with a philosophy.
Yeah.
And I think they're keeping to the philosophy. That's what it feels like, because I don't think you could mistake your way into it.
Yeah.
I mean, you could. I mean, yeah,
You could
definitely. You could definitely
mistake
mistake. But I don't know. It feels. I don't know. There's something about the sort of the palate weight.
Yeah, I like it. I like this one.
It smells like Samboy.
Atomic tomato.
No, like salt and vinegar.
Ah.
Like it's got a VA. It's got a bit of VA.
Yeah.
But it's actually like a umami
acidic
VA.
as well.
Yeah, acidic VA. It's definitely not. Yeah, definitely not the nail polish from everything. It is most definitely the vinegar thing. But that's fun. That's fun.
Yeah, I don't hate it, and it's one of those things again where.
Samboy. That's what I'm gonna do chips with this.
Yeah.
All right, so red or white?
It's red.
It's red.
I reckon?
I think it's red.
I think it's red.
It's red.
Cool. Old world, new world.
Oh, new world.
I'm gonna get old.
I'm gonna take a punt at old as well.
Both ones, new world.
Ah,
Yeah, right. Okay.
cool.
And that's actually a really good thing, because quite often when we choose old world, and and it ends up being new world, it is a really cool thing, because it's really hard to be able to actually get, because we look at things like balance, fruit weight, light fruit weight, elevated acidity. You've got all of these things. It's actually pretty hard to do in Australia. And if it happens to come from Australia, you still go, irrespective of how the wine's looking, you kind of go, that's actually really cool.
Almost one that I find old world wines have a soul that new world wines generally tend to lack. Like I think a lot of us are getting much better at bringing soul into wine. But yeah, I mean, this one definitely has that. It's a characteristic that takes all those things and brings it, again, adds a little bit of heart into it. And yeah, I think this does that really well. And I think Casello definitely does that with their wines, and they definitely have soul, and they speak. They speak of what they're supposed to be in their style. And
Well, if I have none, the wines have to have some.
If you put your soul into what you're doing, you have none left for anything else, right?
No, thank you. You're too kind, and of course, vice versa.
Yeah.
But this is thrown me like this could be from at least two places I think of. Yeah, we're on for a game.
Let's go New Zealand, Australia, USA.
Australia, just
Australia?
playing the game.
Tassie, Victoria, South Australia.
I was hoping he wasn't going to throw Vic and SA in there, because I don't think it's Tassie, but I definitely think it could be Vic. I'm actually going to, for the first time in a while, jump at Vic and not SA.
Yeah, I think it's probably Vic. But if it's from SA, it's either picked really, really early. It's from a cool place, a really cool place, because it's.
Just straight away, you just go straight to the hills.
Yeah, but no, I'm thinking more like maybe like even. Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking.
He doesn't want to.
I know. I'm wondering whether it's like somewhere like Mount Gambier or something like that. You know, like one of those. Where it's like super cold. But that could just be the like the impression of the vinegar coming through.
It's really tasty. It's really tasty. It's if you told me this was Jura, Trousseau, Natty Winemaker, like Domaine Loctavon, yeah, cool.
Yeah.
I would have picked it.
Yeah.
For sure.
My only criticism, again, without knowing what it is, it's sort of just like it goes and then just like drops off the end, which is a characteristic of bread. It just drops off the end of the palate.
And it's a wine that you just want to go.
Yeah, exactly.
Really quickly.
With Sandboy song.
With some sandboy.
So I'll say Vic.
I'm going to say Vic.
Yeah.
You both wrong in South Australia.
Just to hedge the bet so we can have one winner, not two losers. All right. It's South Australia. Yeah, cool. Hard wine.
We are going to go Clare, Limestone Coast, Adelaide Hills.
Adelaide Hills. I mean, I guess my better judgment. I know everything I just said for the last question, but
I have to agree. Like I haven't seen it out of Clare before. One producer maybe, but I don't think it's pushed to this extent. Limestone Coast. Jeez.
I mean, there is only a Good Intentions Wine Co down there, which is what I thought of.
Yeah, Good Intentions Wine Co would be like, yeah. But I don't know, Adelaide Hills.
Yeah, just safety numbers I go for.
We were both wrong before, remember? So.
It was.
Oh, God. So at least we're right. All right.
Limestone Coast.
Okay.
We're going to go Trousseau, because there is some in the hills.
Yeah.
Gamay. Sangiovese.
Change it. Wow. Where's Gamay? So much tannin. We had a ton of Gamay the other day. The other big label energy one. What was that?
What do you think?
Morgon.
What do you think, Sanjo?
I didn't think. No. I just re-smelt
yeah.
it again. I was like, oh no, tannin. But then I smelt it, and that's. I just don't think. Hey, if it's Trousseau, I'm down. I'm so down for Adelaide Hills Trousseau. I'm so down.
Is anyone producing it yet, though, from Adelaide Hills Trousseau?
I've never seen one though.
No.
But I'm down.
I know there is some.
Yeah,
totally.
And there's some in the Barossa and some in McLaren.
Bastardo.
Oh, really?
Bastardo.
But
Yeah, it's a synonym. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Again, geeking out. Jesus.
yeah, it's like, let me
We're
tell
so
you all the
bad.
synonyms I know. I'm gonna say Gamay.
Gamay?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sangiovese.
It's the most uncharacteristic Sangiovese. This is such a wild
To be
wine.
fair, it's not. There
This
is
such a wild
There
wine.
is nothing there's nothing varietal or thing about it. Sorry if it's your wine, but
So no, but it's good drink. Good
Yeah.
drink.
It's not.
Fantastic. All right, so okay, I guess we're gonna talk about
Vintage.
fuck.
that's just go
2019.
19.
Because I think
You
there's
said 19,
no
I was
ads.
saying 18.
Yeah. So so we're gonna have a decider. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Salmon taste.
Oh, good on ya.
Producer.
Wait, we should be back. We're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. It's okay. And Sam won the vintage. I thought 19. Sam thought 18. I chose Baracchio.
Yeah.
I think it is. Who's an amazing winemaker actually. That's come into the basket range. He worked for Yalma, James Erskine, for a number of years, and sort of branched out to do his own thing. Amazing wines. Just a Pash Rash is probably the one that I've sort of like put my hand on. It's like I really freaking love. This is a Sangiovese that really looks like a Trousseau. Bastardo. This is really cool. So this is one of the cool nutty guys. Mount Torrens, so I'm going to say it's Mike Sparrow, grows this fruit with a relative amount of confidence. 9.9% alcohol.
There's a that's sharp.
That is.
I didn't read that.
That is amazing. 9.9% alcohol. That is genuinely tough to do. And to have a wine look like this, and that's probably why like Trousseau as well typically is going to be pretty low ABV.
Yeah.
You pick that up. But guys, we've hit 6 p.m. Is it Earth Hour? It's Earth Hour, Brett.
It's Earth Hour.
Justin, thank you for chiming in. Everyone, Christina, Terry, Kerry, Scotty, Lockie, thanks for chiming in so much. Wes, good to see you. Wes Heddles is on tomorrow night from Prohibition Gin. He's going to be coming up and doing some blind tasting, and maybe we might be tasting some gin, maybe we won't be. That's really up to you, Wes, if you're still on. But no, very cool label, Terry. And because I was speaking like Doma Oregado, Mr. Roboto last night, I should let you know, this Sunday, day 45, I think, I'm actually taking a day off. Taking a day off. Taking a day off. So taking a day off. You know, I can spend some time with my wife and actually get some rest. And don't stress because wine will still be consumed. I know you're all very much worried, but I assure you, I will look after that component. But guys, thank you so much for chiming in.
Thank you guys. Pleasure to be able to talk to you. Thanks.
Mate, thank you for coming up and spending the time and bringing some big label energy to our lives. And sucking as equally as me on trying to guess whatever the hell this is. It was so good. It was good. Like,
I mean, you know.
we tried a Trousseau from Tassie. Yuko, hold that thought. We'll talk about it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Anyway, good night, guys. Have a great one.
Cheers. Bye.